Hello friends, welcome to today's GCC class. In this class, we will see another new topic called virtual machines and virtualization middleware from technologies for network-based system. First, let us see what is virtual machine. Virtual machine is otherwise called as VM, which is an application environment that is installed on software. So, virtual machine is actually a software, but it imitates like a dedicated hardware. A virtual machine is a virtual environment that functions a virtual computer system with its own CPU, memory, network interfaces and storages. And the virtual machine created on physical hardware system which may be located on premises or off premises. For example, see, this is the physical hardware From the physical hardware we are going to create the virtual machine. This is virtual machine, and the virtual machine will be created by using the software called hypervisor. So by using the hypervisor we are going to create a virtual machine, and all the virtual machines are having its own CPU, memory, network interface and storage. That means all these resources will be separated from the physical hardware, and that is given to this virtual machine. So by using the virtual machine, that separates the machine's resources from the hardware, so they can be used by the virtual machine. The end user who is currently using the virtual machine has the same experience on the virtual machine as they would have on dedicated hardware, because all the resources of the physical machine are also given to the virtual machine. Okay, so there is no different feeling while working in the virtual machine. They will have the same experience on working in the hardware, and this is called as virtual machine. And now let us see the need for a virtual machine. A conventional computer has single OS image. For example, a system without a virtual machine has only a single OS image, for example Windows. This particular system has Windows operating system, and some applications may support Windows operating system, but some other applications may require other operating system, for example Unix or Linux operating system. Okay, so if a system has only one operating system, means it gives inflexible architecture which tightly couples the application software with the hardware platform. The entire hardware will be dedicated for only this particular applications. Okay, that means many of the resources are underutilized. Some software running well on one machine and may not be executable for another platform with a different instruction set under the fixed OS. Some application may execute one operating system and some may execute another operating system, and the resources are also underutilized. That is, those resources are not fully utilized. To overcome those drawbacks, we introduce the virtual machines, and virtual machine will give solutions to underutilized resources. Application inflexibility means we can install another operating system on the virtual machine. This is the physical machine and this is the virtual machine. Here we can install one OS, here we can install another OS. So the application inflexibility drawback will be overcome here, and software manageability, security concerns in the existing physical machine. So these are the need for virtual machines. To build a large clusters, grids and clouds, We need to access large amount of computing, storage and networking resources. If we build a cloud or it may be a grid, it requires computing, that is CPU, processor, storage, that is disk arrays, and network resources, network cards. So all these resources are very much required, and those are in virtualized manner. We need to aggregate those resources. The resources should be aggregated to offer a single system image, that is SSI. SSI means single system image. And a cloud of provisioned resources must depend on virtualization. Without virtualization we cannot create cloud, of course. So virtualization of processor, memory and IO facilities dynamically. Based on the requirement, immediately we need to create virtual machines with those resources. What are the resources we required here? Compute, storage and network resources. Next, we will see the architecture of 3 virtual machine configurations. So in this diagram, we are having one physical machine and 3 different virtual machines. First one is native virtual machine, and second one is hosted virtual machine, and the third one is dual mode virtual machine. Here we are having 2 different sections. These sections, that is the hardware and the operating system, these portions will be provided by the service provider, and this is from consumer side or user side, provider side and user side. So based on the user's requirement, they can install any of the application. In the physical machine, the entire hardware is fully utilized by only this particular application, and maximum time all the resources will be simply idle. Those resources are under utilization. To increase the resource utilization, we need to install the virtual machine on this physical machine. That means we can create n number of virtual machines on this physical machine, but the size of all the virtual machine should be less than the size of physical hardware, less than physical hardware size of all virtual machines should be less than the size of physical hardware. That means less than or equal to the physical hardware. Now let us see all those other virtual machines in detail. The first diagram is the physical machine, and host machine is equipped with physical hardware. So, and this yellow portion is physical hardware. The physical hardware contains CPU, memory, IO devices and network devices. IO and network devices. For example, x86 architecture desktop running with installed Windows OS, and based on the users, this is user side and this is admin side. Based on the user's requirement, they can install application on the top of this OS, and the entire hardware is dedicated to only this particular application. Hence, the maximum of resources are wasted and they are simply idle. The first type of virtual machine is native virtual machine. So in this diagram, on the top of hardware we are having virtual machine monitor. VMM means virtual machine monitor. See, this is virtual machine monitor, and this is the type of hypervisor. Hypervisor is Zen system. So by using this virtual machine, by using the virtual machine monitor, we can create the virtual machine. This is virtual machine. Virtual machine. So this virtual machine has guest OS. This OS is installed on the virtual machine. So this OS is called as guest OS. So based on the user's requirement, they can install the required application. That application is called as guest applications, because those are installed on virtual machine. So this virtual machine can be established on any hardware system built with virtual resources, managed by guest OS, and the resources allocated to this virtual machine is called as virtual resource. A portion of this hardware will be allocated to this virtual machine. Those resources are called as virtual resources to run the specific application. So in between this guest OS and the hardware, we are having virtual machine monitor. This is act as a middleware. Virtual machine monitor that is used to handle the bare metal, that is CPU, memory and IO devices. So the virtual machine monitor is used to handle the hardware. So this will act as operating system of this particular hardware. This hypervisor approach is called as bare metal VM. Bare metal VM, because the hypervisor handles the bare hardware. The hardware are like CPU, memory and IO directly by the virtual machine monitor. So this is called as native VM. Native VM means on the top of hypervisor we are on the top of hardware we are having virtual machine monitor. This virtual machine monitor is used to create more number of virtual machine. Each virtual machine may have different OS and different application. This is VM1 and this is VM2. The next VM architecture is hosted VM architecture. Here the virtual machine monitor runs on non-privileged mode, that is the virtual machine will runs on user side, and the host OS need not be modified here. By using this virtual machine they can create more number of virtual machine. So by using this VM virtual machine monitor they can create more number of VM1, VM2, VM3, VM4, virtual machine 4. So here they can install different applications based on their requirements. So virtual machine monitor is used to create the virtual machines. Based on the user's requirement, they can create or they can install more number of applications. In the hosted virtual machine, the virtual machine monitor is on the user side. User itself, they can create virtual machines. The another type of virtual machine architecture is dual mode virtual machine. Here a part of virtual machine monitor runs under the user level and another part runs on the supervisor level. Here in this diagram, dual mode virtual machine monitor, here a portion of virtual machine monitor is under user side and another portion is placed on provider side. In this case, the host OS may have to be modified to some extent. Host OS. So based on the requirement, we can change the OS. And multiple virtual machines can be ported to given hardware system to support the virtualization process. And the virtual machine approach offers hardware independent of OS and applications. And here the user application running its dedicated OS. So all the virtual machines should have its own dedicated OS, that is guest OS, because the guest OS is installed on the top of virtual machine monitor, that is on the virtual machine, and could bundle together with virtual appliance. Appliance means resources. That can be ported to any hardware platform. So, a portion of hardware is dedicated to this particular virtual machine. A portion of hardware is dedicated to this particular virtual machine, and OS will be installed on this virtual machine. This OS is called as guest OS, and based on the requirement they can install the application for this virtual machine. This is called as guest application. The virtual machine run on OS different from the host computer. So, host computer may have different OS and guest computer may have different OS. For example, this may be Windows OS, and this may be Linux OS. This may be Linux OS. The OS need not be same for host machine as well as the guest machine. The next one is VM primitive operations. The VMM, that is virtual machine monitor, provides the VM abstraction to the guest OS. VM abstraction to the guest OS. That is, by using virtual machine monitor, we can create more number of virtual machines. In the virtual machine, this is VM1, 2, 3. In the virtual machine, we can install a OS, and this OS is called as guest OS. And in the physical hardware, already we are having one OS, and this is called as host OS. And this is host OS. With the full virtualization, the VMM, that is virtual machine monitor, exports VM abstraction identical to the physical machine. That means the hardware which are allocated to these virtual machines are from the physical machine, and these two are identical in nature. The standard OS, for example Windows 2000 and Linux, can run just it would run on the physical hardware. That means there is no relationship between this host OS and the guest OS, and if the virtual machine is given to a user and the user is working in this virtual machine, means he will feel that he is working on single system, that is called a single system image. And some basic operations on virtual machines are there. The first one is multiplexing, suspension, provision and migration, which are done on distributed computing environment. Let us see what are those operations. The VM operations are multiplexing, suspension, provision and migration, and which will be done on the distributed computing environment. The first operation is the multiplexing. That means the virtual machine can be multiplexed between hardware machines. So, this is the single hardware. Single hardware means physical hardware. Physical hardware. By using this virtual machine monitor, we can create more number of virtual machine. This is virtual machine 1 and this is virtual machine 2. This is called as multiplexing. The next operation is suspension or storage. That is the virtual machine. This is VM1 we have already created, and this is VM2. And this VM1 is suspended from this hardware, and that will be stored in the storage device, that is disk arrays. Disk arrays. So, because the virtual machine is a software, and this software image will be suspended from this hardware, and that image will be stored in the storage devices. This is called as suspension. The next operation is provision, otherwise called as resume. That is, the suspended virtual machine VM1 that already created from this hardware. This is physical hardware 1 and this is physical hardware 2. Physical hardware 2, that is the VM1 which has already created from this virtual hardware, that is physical hardware, that will be suspended and stored in the storage, and this particular virtual machine will be resumed and provisioned to a new hardware platform. This is the new hardware platform. This is hardware 2. This is called as provision or resume operation. And the next important operation is live migration. That means the virtual machine will be migrated from one physical hardware to another physical hardware. This is one physical hardware. This is another physical hardware. One physical hardware to another physical hardware without suspending the operation of virtual machine. Without suspension. Without suspension, the virtual machine will be migrated from one physical hardware to another physical hardware, is called as live migration. These VM operations enable to be provisioned to any available hardware platform. We can create the virtual machines and virtual machines operations on any of the available hardware platform, and they also enable flexibility in distributed application executions. And the VM approach will increase the utilization, resource utilization, especially the server utilization is up to 60 to 80%, and multiple server functions can be consolidated on the same hardware platform to achieve higher system efficiency. The next one is, what is virtual migration? Virtual migration means the process of moving a running virtual machine or application between different physical machines without disconnecting. This is important, without disconnecting the client or application. That is, one physical hardware is here, this is physical hardware, another physical hardware is here, another physical hardware, and the VMs, this is VM1 and VM2, and the VM is currently running. Without disconnecting or without suspending this particular virtual machine, we are migrating from one physical hardware to another physical hardware, that is called as live migration. While migrating the virtual machine, the memory, storage and network connectivity of the particular virtual machines will be transferred from original guest machine to the destination machine. Everything, while migrating the virtual machine, we are going to transfer the memory, storage and network connectivity. Everything will be migrated from one physical hardware to another physical hardware. This is called as VM migration. Up to this we have seen the virtual machines and virtualization middleware from the main topic, technologies for network based system. In this class we have seen the different architecture of virtual machines and the different operations of virtual machines in this class. And in the next class I will give another important topic to you, and thank you all of you.